did lose audio in lesson number 2. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Probably my fault. So hopefully you guys stuck with me through that video. We'll make this one better. I'm going to go back to how I did on lesson 1. I'll just have to figure out the best way to record my audio and then overlay it onto the video. So we're going in today. We're probably going to do a little bit more slow flight, and then I think we're going to start with stalls today. At least that's what my instructor and I had talked about. Probably some power on and power off stalls. Hopefully we get a little bit more time in the air today. We are just shy of an hour for last instruction. But he did give me the go-ahead that I can start coming in a little bit before my lesson time, and as long as the plane is available, which I fly first in the morning, so it should be available every time, that I can go in, I can grab the books for the airplane, and then I can go ahead and start doing all of my safety checks and all of that stuff before he gets in. And then that way, once he gets here, he can pretty much just get out there to the plane with me, and then hopefully we can get a little bit more time in the air. So this morning I am going to try to bring this camera out there with me, separate, other than my other 2 cameras that I normally have that I have for the plane. So maybe we can get a little bit of walking out to the plane, those types of things. So I do appreciate it. Stick with me. Hopefully you guys like what you see, and see you in the air. Well, we're going to walk out here this morning, start getting the checks done on everything. See how it goes. I'm sure my instructor will go over everything with me again just to make sure, because this will be the first time I'm doing it by myself. Feeling pretty good for this morning, and we'll see how it goes. Here's our ride for today, guys. November 660 Juliet Whiskey. Doors open. A little preview of what the dash looks like. Alright, let's get things going.
Skyhawk 660 Juliet Whiskey with Bravo at ramp 1, ready for taxi, southwest departure.
660 Juliet Whiskey, get your ground, runway 3, Alpha 7 intersection, taxi ramp 1, Alpha 7.
Ramp 1, Alpha 7.
And runway 3.
Good. And I didn't say call sign, did I?
No.
So 660 Juliet Whiskey, runway 3.
Runway 3, 660 Juliet Whiskey.
There you go. Cool.
Skyhawk 660 Juliet Whiskey at runway 3, taxiway 7, ready for departure.
Cessna 81 up, correction, Cessna 660 Juliet Whiskey, 660 Juliet Whiskey, get your turn, hold short, runway 3.
Short, runway 3, Juliet Whiskey.
Yep.
Didn't mean to cut it short. My brain just
okay.
Power, Varney.
I don't know if I told you this yet, but the nickname for the push to talk button in these airplanes is the idiot button. So, just about everybody has brain farts, especially when you're first learning how to use the radio, so
I was,
don't feel bad.
What is
intimidating.
Cessna 660 Juliet Whiskey, the Cirrus departing head is a left downwind departure. Left downwind departure approved. Runway 3 at Alpha 7, cleared for takeoff.
And I would say clear for takeoff.
Runway 3, clear for takeoff.
Runway 3, clear for takeoff, 660 Juliet Whiskey.
Perfect. Right, and so then he gave us some instructions too, but the important thing is the runway 3 clear for takeoff.
So they're going left traffic, we are also going left traffic?
Yep, so we're going to take off and we'll just follow them around to the left.
855, taxi to parking Alpha.
And we'll keep climbing up to 3,500 feet.
Alpha ramp 3. Briny 55.
The Bravo above us extends to 4,000, but I don't imagine that we will get to 4,000 before we're out from under it. We're not going to climb that high anyway, so. Alright.
Bring it all the way up.
881 Alpha Charlie, 2 mile right base for runway 3.
Just 881 Alpha Charlie, traffic departs, priority arrival, runway 3, cleared, touch and go, after touch and go, left close.
Alright, ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Runway 3, clear touch and go, after touch and go.
Not quite so much. As you speed up, you'll need less aileron input. Okay. Very nice. Yep, full power, and then hold your hand on the throttle, and then we'll rotate at 55. Oh. There you go. Lift it up. Lift it up. There you go.
Barney 841 northeast.
Let's climb up at 74.
Cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff at runway 3, Barney 841. This time I think I had a little bit too much right rudder. I kept wanting to pull to the right.
Yeah, a little bit. That is a good problem though. I'm glad that that you were using it. There you go.
There we go. That's about where we want to be.
Yeah, this is pretty good. Once we get to 1700, we can turn. And nice job holding our runway heading. It's a little bit windy today.
Yeah.
Oh, you can go ahead and start making your turn. Make sure the power's all the way at idle. That'll make it easy, all the more easy to get slowed down. There you go. Now start ends power. We're about 50 knots. 45. You're gonna go back up to about a cruise setting. About 2100 or so. As you add power, you're going to make sure you keep the nose down.
Yeah.
It's the initial reaction is as you add power, it's going to want to pitch up.
Right there, we're about 2100.
And depending on the conditions in the airplane and the weight that you got in the plane, it may need a slightly different RPM setting to hold your altitude stable. And then you'll want to use your
rainbow area.
Set your pitch to hold your airspeed, and then once you've got your pitch set, use the trim so you don't have to fight it to hold it.
Level out, practice area, Varney 469, 4 miles south, Lock 6, headed back to Goodyear at 2000.
We'll try and hold, we'll just hold it right here at 60, and we'll try to keep it plus or minus 5.
So Valley practice area, Barney 851, 1,600 over Arlington Town, ground with maneuver.
If you're getting fast, you'll gently lift the nose up. Getting slow, gently push the nose forward. And the key here is small corrections. It won't take very much. Okay, this is looking pretty good. So, make a turn. We'll parallel one of these roads. Turn to the right. And kind of get out of the sun here. And we're going to kind of get warmed up. We'll do a little bit of maneuvering in slow flight. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, cool. So, let's do a power off stall. How we're going to set up for that is I'll talk you through first, and then we'll have you do it. Well, would you prefer to talk you through it or do a demo? Totally up to you.
How about show me?
Show you? Okay. Yeah. Right, are the controls?
Your controls?
Are the controls. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the power out of idle. with the nose down into a 65 knot descent. This simulates a final approach attitude.
Okay.
Now, we're going to gradually lift the nose up and hold it. Watch our airspeed slowing down, which is what we want it to do because we're going to get it all the way to stall. So as we slow down, you have to lift more and more and more and more and more on the nose, and we're steering with our feet. There's a stall, we're going to put the nose down, and full power to recover.
West of the Rainbow Greenfield, Chandel.
So that one I wasn't in a huge hurry to recover because I wanted to kind of let you feel what the stall was like.
Yeah.
But that is what we're looking for. A lot of times, and hopefully you've heard, you got good information from the YouTube channel you can listen to, but a lot of pilots are kind of scared of stalls, which is kind of silly. There's no reason to be scared of them. It's really just that feeling of when you lose lift and the nose drops a little bit. And so the goal here for these first couple, I want you to recover, but I want you to really first focus on making sure you keep the nose straight as it drops.
Okay.
And just staying kind of controlled in the stall. Even though since you don't have lift in your wing, it's kind of hard to control. Still want to be able to steer the airplane in the stall and don't just let it kind of go out of control as soon as you get there, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Good controls?
Mike controls. 13 is
good controls?
southwest of Eagle Tail Tower doing
Can't get my foot right over here.
Good. And whenever ready, we can go into a power off stall. On this one, like I said, we'll worry about getting the recovery a little bit snappier later. Right now, I just want you to really get comfortable steering the nose when the airplane's in a stall condition.
Okay.
And another big note that'll be important is keep the ailerons neutral.
Okay.
All right, ready?
So go ahead and pull it all the way out.
All the way out, and let the nose pitch down a little bit. Do about a 65 knot descent. This simulates being on a final approach. And now you're going to gradually lift the nose up to wings level, or level with the horizon. And then as you do so, it'll slow down and require more and more back pressure to hold this. Going back, going back, going back. See where ball off to the right a little bit. There you go. Keep the ball right in the middle. And you do that with your feet. Got to keep the ailerons neutral and steer with your feet.
Oh, I can't get it. I'm putting some power back in.
Don't put power in. That'll make it harder. Keep pulling. Make sure the power's all the way out tidal.
3 miles to the
south of
Arlington Town at
pull a little more. There's a horn, and there's a stall. Now, nope. Power out, power out, power out. Right, out of controls.
View controls.
Out of controls. Alright, so what we're going to do...
Sorry.
No, you're good. No, this is a little bit of a hard thing to do, so don't worry too much about...
Rainbow Valley. Let's go.
If it feels kind of weird, because it is a little bit weird. But what I want you to do for these first couple stalls is just kind of get comfortable with the stall.
Yeah.
Because that's a problem that I think has killed a lot of pilots is being afraid of the stall and not really understanding it. All right. Whenever you're ready, we'll go into a stall, and what I want you to do is just kind of steer it for a minute before you.
Okay.
So show me that you kind of are in control of the plane when it goes into the stall.
Okay. Alright, power out.
Yep. All the way to idle, then hold the nose up. We'll worry about the 65 thing later. I just want to try to hold your altitude. You won't be able to, obviously, but just try to hold your altitude. As it slows down, add a little bit more nose up, a little bit more nose up pitch, keep those ailerons neutral. Stay busy with your feet. As soon as you feel it start to roll one way or the other, add some rudder to keep it from rolling. There you go. There's the stall horn, doing good. There's the buffet. Steer with your feet and keep it held back. Steer with your feet. Steer with your feet. Nope, other way. You got it. Nose down. Nose down.
Sorry.
Nope, you're good. No, you're good. No, this is a tricky thing. So you want to keep that ball. I know it's probably hard, not the easiest time or the best time to look inside the cockpit, but you want to step into it.
Yeah, I think I was getting nervous because it feels like it was.
It was. No, you needed was a little bit of right rudder, and you stepped on the left rudder. And the reason that I took it from you is because if you do that, you could accidentally go into a spin. So, not bad. Alright, your controls.
My controls.
The controls.
Alright.
Full power to idle. And hold your altitude. Hold your altitude. And all the way out here, before we get to the stall, keep that nose straight. As soon as you start to feel it move, you want to really be active with the rudder. Let's just roll to the right. Add some right rudder. Right rudder. Right rudder. All right. Oh, don't. Out of controls.
Controls. I can't get that. I don't know what it is, man.
That's good.
I feel like my foot's all the way in on the rudder, but it keeps wanting to still just go to the right.
Well, let's practice this. Let's practice slow flight, but we'll practice it at 40.
Okay.
But you the controls and slow it down to 40, and just try and fly perfectly straight at 40.
Traffic 2178.
I think it's a little bit of using some unconscious aileron.
Yeah.
Movement is what's kind of hurting me a little bit.
We are doing private maneuvers with Rainbow.
Add some right rudder. There we go. Tip on the ball. There we go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and is the power all the way out, Title?
It is.
Let's go ahead and bring the nose up a little bit more, and just very gradually do it. And just try to hold the nose, because then you'll already be you already kind of know what corrections it needs. There we go. Now just hold it there. Nope. Power out. Keep the power out. Hold it here. There we go. Hold it here. All right. Recover. Nose down. Nose down. Nose down. Full power. Alright, not bad. We'll practice that some more. We've got it for about an hour. Well, it'll be about a little over an hour once we get back to Goodyear. Because we're going to make a left turn. And once we're turned back more or less north, we will start recovering from slow flight. So recover from slow flight, be full power, and want to hold our altitude. And then once we're above 65, start gradually retracting the flaps. Add a little bit of power, starting to sink a little bit more. I'd like. There we go. Those 3 red VASI lights.
Yep.
Or 4 red VASI lights rather. Let's go. This is a tough approach to make. Being this far out, it's basically like doing a straight in. We'll add a little bit of power and lift the nose up a little bit. It'll slow down to about 70. Now start turning to line us up with the runway. Add a little more power. I just want to hold our altitude until we see our glide slope come back in. There we go. Now we got it.
Yep.
Now the game is keeping the nose straight with the rudder and banking into the wind. So kind of feel where the wind's pushing us, and then gently bank into it, and then add opposite rudder to keep the nose straight. So our nose is kind of pointed off a little bit to the left. Need to add a little bit of right rudder. And we need a little bit of left aileron. There you go. There you go. looking good.
Instructor does it, but he's been doing it for quite some time, and you know, he's pretty proficient with it. Where you know, for me at day one, it's pretty scary. So we'll probably do them again next week, or I'm sorry, this week. Next instruction, I think I have fly again on Thursday or Friday. So I'm sure that we'll practice them again for sure. I asked him if we could. We went over some stuff. I've got some studying to try to get done. I didn't do as much studying as I probably should have over the weekend. We just had a busy schedule with some things. But that's part of this series is, you know, the struggles of getting there, you know, balancing life